Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make us high so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
Do you prioritize your relationship over a friendship?
What do you mean by that?
Your relationship, like with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your significant other, or like, and say for instance, you've been friends with these people, but even before
her or him.
her came along, like, so they've been knowing you, childhood friend, these the homies, these your college buddies, these are frat friends, sorority, like military. We went to boot camp to get like these your ride or dies, and then you meet somebody, the love of your life,
supposedly.
Does that relationship come before your friendship?
So does it supersede everybody else that you've been like lifelong friends with?
Yes.
It's gonna depend on like that connection with that person.
Wrong answer.
That's a wrong answer. No. That's not a wrong answer in my eyes.
It's the wrong thing.
It's going to depend because like you
really?
said, we could, like,
that would cause so many problems.
It can, but because I could have friends that's like 20, 25 years that I've just like, we come out the sandbox together. And then I finally start meeting somebody that I'm really, really catching feelings for as people, as adults. At some point, you got to make you got to compartmentalize like your friendships and then like your relationship.
Yeah. So
I feel like if I'm really meeting somebody and I'm really into her, like I'm going to really try to explore that and try to see how far that can go. Like that's just me personally. Just for the simple fact that I'm trying to develop a relationship with somebody of the opposite sex that could potentially be a wife. That could potentially be a lifelong partner.
So you saying, okay. So in saying that though, like, would you look to your friends for advice on how you should like pursue your relationship, like to maintain, like, say you have these friends and then, you go to your friends and you like, bro, you think I should ask her to marry me or, should I try to stay with her? Like, and they give you this advice, but like, since that's your best, your really good friend and your friendship, are you taking this advice or are you considering the fact that, at some point, because me personally, I feel like I will always put my relationship first before a friendship. It doesn't matter. Like, how besties we are, how long we've been best friends. Yeah, I feel like I would weigh in your opinion. I would consider your feelings and your thoughts, but the decision that comes with what I do in my relationship is up to me and how I analyze things. Maybe, perhaps, you get the input and you want to listen to what they talking about, but hell no. No. Yeah, ain't no friendship because man.
Because that's your own personal life. That's your own personal space. And, everybody living their own life because, you have like partners and you have like homegirls where y'all might have been like fraternity down to like sorority where y'all like really, really been like really, really close for like decades.
Right.
But at some point in time, it just depends on how serious you're trying to get with that person.
But a friendship will end so quickly over a relation. Like a friendship will end over somebody else's relationship. Because especially
if they feel like you're putting your relationship.
Yep. Before them,
and then
you start picking your boyfriend up, like, and y'all like, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying because you have people
so much.
Because you have people that you've been friends with since the sandbox, people that you've been to college, maybe like your frat brothers or your sorority sisters.
But some people, I guess, perhaps aren't willing to necessarily take that risk to lose friendships over a relationship. Yeah. Like they'll let a girl go before like they bros
homies.
Before hoes. That thing, like whatever.
Yeah. But that's an interesting point that you brought up too, as far as like, talking to your friends about your relationship and like asking them questions and like, and maybe something like, where y'all all kind of like double date and go out, especially if you have like your friends, real close friends that are like either married or they're in serious relationships. Like maybe like double dating, like I feel like that really, really helps as far as.
I mean, it's a good way to mix it, but necessarily like in terms of like choosing a relationship over a friendship is I think priority. I think you should always choose your relationship because once for the obvious, because you start letting people into the relationship and they start infiltrating your thoughts and then before you know it, you might be persuaded, you might be influenced by those thoughts, and really it's the wrong decision. Like you can really let something really good go by the influence of outsiders,
But you can read that though, because
not everybody can.
I feel like most people can. Well, at least I can. Like if I have close friends that I'm, bouncing ideas off of and asking them about my relationship.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be able to read them to be able to tell if they have like some type of jealousy or if they're trying to come in between my relationship. I definitely wouldn't put my relationship above my friends, but like you said, you can always like bounce ideas. You can always ask them questions.
You wouldn't put your relationship before your friendship?
I would put my relationship before my friendship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just feel like that's your own. That's like your own personal. That's like your personal life.
Yeah.
And I feel like your friends don't really have anything to do with that. And if you're leaning on your friends to give you advice for your relationship, that's a cardinal sin in regards to like your true relationship with the opposite sex, because you're putting their advice above like your own intuition.
You know what this makes me think of is, you remember watching that show Love at First Sight?
Yeah.
Married at First Sight is, if you don't know, it's a show that comes on TLC, I think. And these people literally are getting married and moving in with these people like without knowing them ahead of time. So they get married to them, and then at the end of the show, like 6 or 8 weeks, whatever it is, they decide if whether or not they're going to stay married.
Right.
But this last season, this guy's cousin was just dogging the wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she barely even knew her and was just mad.
I think I know the
talking.
one that you're talking about.
Yeah, and I feel like that girl
It influenced him.
Yeah, she really
you.
influenced the way he looked at her. Like I feel like that. I don't feel like that was all of it, but I feel like that was
he was in his head about it.
Right. Like, and he really let that sit in. And to me, I feel like it ruined them, because maybe what she said was almost like he took everything she said word for word. Now, granted, this is a stranger that they're marrying,
Right.
but it is your relationship, So that's a prime example of like, do you choose your relationship over your friendships? Because I feel like he let that cousin just run him away. Like he was done after that.
Completely screwed his
He never
mind
even
up
gave the
about
girl
her.
a chance, a beautiful girl. She was
Was she the
U.S. Miss America, somebody.
Miss USA,
Miss somebody.
Miss Wyoming or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about.
and he didn't. I just feel like he never even gave her an opportunity. So.
But see, that's
a prime example. I'm just like, that's messed up, because she was a good girl,
right?
For him.
But that's what I'm saying in regards to being able to go to like family members or like close friends to like ask them questions about like your relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like when you ask them certain questions, you're gonna be able to read your friends and be able to tell if they really, really giving you like heart to heart advice, or if they just really, really giving you like an opinion because maybe they just don't like the girl. And I feel like you'll be able to read.
What reason would you have to not like somebody that you don't really know? I mean, and perhaps you do know them to some extent, because, if you've been with them, you really do, you know of them, you know about them. I'm sure the friend has told you plenty. Yeah, but who are you to make a decision on somebody else's relationship from an outside standpoint?
Because of the relationship that y'all have had, like the lifelong relationship. And like I said, I feel like when you're asking like friends about questions about your relationship and your partner, I feel like you're going to be able to read them to know if they really giving you like heart to heart advice, something that you can really hold on to and be like, yeah, he giving me this advice because he doing it out of the kindness of his heart, not thinking with his head because, oh, damn, she taking up all your time. We can't do guy stuff anymore. He don't come around to see the football games.
Yeah, well, that just sounds like jealousy.
The NFL fantasy.
You're just jealous.
Like you're going to be able to kind of read if your friends are really, really like there for you and really supporting you in your relationship,
Right.
I really feel like that. Like you're going to really, because your friends, if they're giving you like heart to heart advice, or if they just like, I don't like her because they taking up all your time, I
don't like her. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like it just comes down to like either you like them or you don't like them.
Right.